Movies and TV programs can and are a danger to our children. In the late 1980s, I'm reminded of an article that I read preparing a current affair assignment that I had to do for my high school class. I felt very devastated as I read this article, reading about a child, a 6-month-old baby, who was killed because of negligence. My purpose today is to inform you the importance of screening movies, the movies that you watch with your children, the movies that you watch at the movies. Why is it important, and why should we think before we watch something with our children? The story unfolds this way. The parents rented a movie, and they watched it with their children. This family had 3 children, a 6-month-old baby, a 3-year-old child, and a 5-year-old. The following day, the mother was cleaning the house and she was washing the bathtub. The children decided to play. As they were playing, they decided to reenact the movie that they had watched with their parents the night before. The children, the 3-year-old and the 5-year-old, they went and picked up their 6-month-old brother, and they took him to the kitchen counter. They laid him on the counter, they opened the knife drawer, pulled out some knives, and they stabbed the child to death. It was a terrible tragedy. Needless to say, the family lost every one of their children. The baby was killed by the siblings, and the other 2 were taken by child services. Such a devastating and such a sad situation. Children are very vulnerable. They do not understand the difference between real and not real. It is important, and it is very, very, very imperative that we screen the movies that our children are watching. Parents need to think twice before they watch a movie with their children or take them to a movie theater. We have many cases that we could talk about. We've heard of cases of children jumping from a roof because they thought they could fly like Superman, and many others just like that one. Times have changed, and we all know that movies and TV have become more brutal and more degrading. There is an article written by Amy Tompkins. The article is entitled "The Psychological Effects of Violent Media on Children," written in December 14 of 2003. It states, and I quote, "Children who view media violence are more likely to have increased feelings of hostility, decreased emotional response to the portrayal of violence, and injury that lead to violent behavior through imitation. Children imitate what they see, what they learn, and the morals they receive from the movies that we watch with them. There are 3 major effects of violence in media that this same article mentions, and those 3 effects are that children become less sensitive to the pain and suffering of others. Children may become more fearful of the world that surrounds them, and they can also become more aggressive and hurtful to the people around them." My conclusion to this matter is that it is very important that we screen what our children watch. It is very important that we are careful of what they watch with us or without us. And you may say, well, times are difficult. The violence, the immorality is on commercials, on TV shows. Everywhere you turn, you see this violence. But I'm going to tell you, don't say you can't. You can. Because the Bible says in Philippians 4:13, "I can do all things through Christ, and you can do all things through Christ, which strengthens you." You just need to ask God for wisdom and guidance, that He may lead you and help you, that you may help your children grow in a safe environment. I encourage you to take this information to apply it to your life. Take time. Watch a movie with your children and screen what they're watching. Don't let them watch something that could hurt your children and hurt their future. It is imperative that we as parents do this. Thank you for your time.